All Elite Wrestling's All Out 2025 was already shaping up to be a night of surprises, intense rivalries, and unforgettable moments. But few matches had the crowd buzzing quite like the clash that featured Ricochet, the Gates of Agony GOA, and the ever-dangerous faction known as the Hurt Syndicate, led by none other than the experienced and outspoken MVP. This wasn't just another multi-man tag team contest, it was a battle for momentum, respect, and a statement to the entire AEW locker room. And in the end, the story was written in dramatic fashion as Ricochet soared to new heights, picking up the win by pinning MVP himself in the center of the ring. The build-up, tensions rising before All Out. In the weeks leading up to All Out 2025, AEW programming had been dominated by the brewing conflict between Ricochet and MVP's Hurt Syndicate. The Syndicate, known for their ruthless tactics and ability to overwhelm opponents with sheer numbers, had been running roughshod over several stars. MVP, serving as both strategist and competitor, positioned himself as the brains of the operation, orchestrating ambushes and issuing scathing promos that mocked Ricochet's high-flying style. Ricochet, however, had allies of his own. Teaming with the Gates of Agony, a powerhouse duo that has been carving their own path in AEW, he promised to shut down the Syndicate's dominance once and for all. Fans were immediately drawn to the contrast, Ricochet's breathtaking agility paired with GOA's raw power, against MVP's cunning mind and the Syndicate's brute force. Promos became increasingly heated. Ricochet called MVP a manager living off past glory who hides behind muscle, while MVP dismissed Ricochet as a highlight reel who can't win when it matters most. By the time All Out rolled around, the stage was set for a collision that fans couldn't wait to witness. The match, high stakes, high drama. The bell rang inside a sold-out arena, with the crowd already on their feet, anticipating fireworks. Early momentum. The Hurt Syndicate jumped out fast, using quick tags and isolating Ricochet. Their strategy was clear: cut off the ring, wear down the aerial artist, and prevent him from tagging in the powerhouse Gates of Agony. MVP, despite his veteran status, wasn't afraid to step into the ring and taunt the crowd as he punished Ricochet with calculated strikes and submissions. GOA's power shines. When Ricochet finally made the tag, the Gates of Agony turned the tide with devastating slams, spine-shattering clotheslines, and raw intensity. The Hurt Syndicate found themselves struggling to contain the sheer physical dominance of the GOA, but MVP's experience allowed him to redirect his team's strategy, creating just enough openings to keep the fight alive. Ricochet takes flight. The turning point came when Ricochet tagged back in, electrifying the arena with his incredible aerial arsenal. A springboard moonsault, a perfectly timed enziguri, and a jaw-dropping dive over the top rope left the Syndicate reeling. Fans erupted into chants of, "This is awesome." The finish. In a poetic twist, it was MVP himself who became the victim of Ricochet's finishing sequence. After countering an attempted playmaker, Ricochet stunned MVP with a superkick, scaled the ropes, and connected with a 630-degree senton that nearly blew the roof off the building. The referee's hand slapped the mat 3 times, and the crowd exploded as Ricochet pinned MVP clean in the center of the ring. The aftermath. A statement made. As Ricochet celebrated alongside the Gates of Agony, the message was loud and clear: the Hurt Syndicate had been humbled, at least for one night. MVP rolled out of the ring, clutching his ribs and barking orders at his faction, but his face told the real story. Ricochet had gotten the better of him, and it was a wound that would cut deep. Backstage reactions poured in quickly. AEW commentators emphasized the magnitude of Ricochet pinning MVP, noting that the victory could propel him into bigger storylines and title contention. Meanwhile, social media buzzed with highlights of Ricochet's performance, with fans calling it one of his best AEW showings yet. Ricochet's redemption arc. For Ricochet, this win wasn't just about defeating MVP. It was about proving himself in AEW. After years of being labeled as a spot wrestler, or someone who couldn't capitalize on big opportunities, Ricochet showed the world that he could deliver when the lights were brightest. This victory may serve as the launching pad for Ricochet's long-awaited push in AEW. With his unmatched athleticism, charisma, and now a credible victory over a veteran like MVP, the path forward looks promising. What's next for MVP and the Hurt Syndicate? While the loss stung, it's unlikely that MVP and the Syndicate will simply fade into the background. MVP thrives on manipulation and revenge, and his pride won't allow him to forget being pinned so decisively. Fans can expect the Syndicate to regroup and retaliate, potentially targeting Ricochet and the GOA in even more brutal ways. Could this lead to an extended feud, perhaps a stipulation match, like a steel cage or elimination tag, down the line? AEW's booking history suggests that rivalries of this intensity rarely end with just one showdown. Fan reaction. A highlight of All Out 2025. Across the wrestling world, fans hailed the match as one of the standout moments of All Out 2025. Many praised the storytelling, the blend of styles, and the satisfaction of seeing Ricochet pin MVP cleanly. Tweets, forum posts, and live crowd reactions all echoed the same sentiment. Ricochet is finally being showcased as the star he was always meant to be.